everybody. So we're a little more than halfway into 2022, and we've had some bangers come out so far this year. So I decided, why not give you guys some of my favorites from the first half of 2022? So I've seen people doing this over the past few days, and I thought, wow, this is a good time because we kind of just broke the halfway point of the year. There's been a lot of great movies. There's a lot more to come in the second half of the year. So why not give you guys an update on what some of my favorite movies this year are? Now, I've got 3 honorable mentions, and then I've got a top 5, and I have them ranked in order of, number 5 to number 1 being my absolute favorite. I'm going to preface these honorable mentions by saying, one, there are some movies that I have not seen yet. Multiverse of Madness, The Northman, Men. I haven't seen those movies yet. I think 2 of them are streaming now on Peacock and on Disney Plus, so I need to get around to that. They're not movies I was super into seeing, but I've heard good things, so I do plan on watching them. Also, with these honorable mentions, guys, one of these is purely off entertainment value. So, honorable mentions. Number 1 is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You guys have seen my review on this movie. If you haven't seen it, it's on the channel. You can check it out. I've talked about it on the podcast with Christian. I enjoyed Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I thought that it was fun. I thought it was bloody. I thought Leatherface was badass. I had issues with it, but overall, it was the best thing we'd seen from that franchise in damn near 2 decades, so I liked it. Jackass Forever. As someone that is a huge Jackass fan that used to own all the seasons on DVD, that saw every movie opening night in theaters, Jackass Forever kept the same flavor and made me feel the same way the previous movies did. They're hilarious. The guys are absolutely crazy, and I don't know how they keep doing it at the age they are and what they've put themselves through, but I'm not complaining that they keep doing it because I enjoy watching it. And I would hate if that were the end, although I can't be super, jealous, or I should say selfish, because they really have beat themselves to shit. And my last honorable mention that I saved for last because I knew people were going to be like, Nick, what are you doing? Morbius. Yes, it's Morbin time, bitches. Look, Morbius has a lot of problems. Absolutely. It would never make a top 10 comic book movies list for me. But it's fun. I can't lie. For almost, an hour, 45 minutes or something like that, I was entertained the entire time in the theater. I wasn't bored. There was some cool shit in it. I thought that Morbius was fun. And a lot of times when I go to the movies, that's really all I'm looking for. So I enjoyed it. Whatever. Sue me. But those are just a few honorable mentions. Let's get into the list. So coming in at number 5 is going to be one that is surprisingly divisive. But I shouldn't say surprisingly because it feels like every movie since the first one has been somewhat divisive. And that is Jurassic World Dominion. I still don't know where I would put this in my Jurassic Park franchise ranking. I've only seen it the one time. I'm looking forward to it being available on Peacock here soon, and I'm going to watch it again. I enjoyed Jurassic World Dominion. I really did. I thought that it was fun. I thought the visuals were incredible. I thought there was real stakes and suspense. I loved the original characters back. I just had a really fun time with this movie. And I thought that a lot of what they needed to deliver on, they delivered on. So, I didn't walk away from it disappointed like some people did. Although I feel like if you didn't like Dominion, you're probably just really not a fan of the Jurassic World films and in their entirety. So, and that's totally fine. Whatever. But I do like the Jurassic World branch of the franchise. And that continued with Jurassic World Dominion. So that's got to come in at number 5 for me. And then number 4 is one that I just saw that I actually really loved. And when I was doing this list, I was like, damn, this is only number 4? I want to put this one higher, but I'm like, I can't. And number 4 is going to be The Black Phone. Now, I made an overreactionary tweet giving this 5 out of 5 stars, and Christian kind of lambasted me for that. But I stand by it. And I stand by it because I just feel like, maybe not entirely 5 out of 5. I'm overthinking this now. But there wasn't anything I had to complain about with the movie. There was not one thing that I walked away going, well, I didn't like this. They should have done this better. No, the movie had it all for me. It had it all. It hit all the points. So I was like, yep, I'm about it. I'm about it. That hits. That hits. It was hitting. The whole movie was just hitting for me. And I was like, this is great. Ethan Hawke was fantastic. The only thing I would wish we could have gotten is a little bit more into him and who he is and why he is the way he is. And I know there's talk already, circulating about a sequel. I don't want a sequel. I want a prequel. I want to know more about the Grabber, and I want to see Ethan Hawke in that role. But yeah, I mean, overall, it was just a great movie, man. Like, I think it delivered everything it needed to and then some. So The Black Phone's got to come in at number 4 for me. And now we're going top 3. And number 3 and number 2, I had to wrestle with a lot up here and right here. But I have decided number 3 is going to be Scream 5. Scream 5 Cream, Scream 2022, whatever you want to call it. I loved this movie. I saw it twice in theaters. I've watched it, I believe, 2 times now since it's been out on physical media. And I was talking to Justin about it when we did a live commentary for it. And I was really like, I think this is my second favorite Scream movie now. It was my third favorite coming out of the first viewing of it, but it's just crept up to where I'm like, I think this is the second best Scream movie. I don't know, just my opinion. But I really loved this movie. I love what it's setting up. I love what it accomplished with the old characters and the new characters. Even if we have this like looming cloud of potential shit and controversy and all that with the Neve Campbell situation. Like, yes, that's looming. We get it. You know it. I know it. We'll see how that goes. But I loved this movie. I really did. I was a huge fan of it. I will continue to sing its praises. I think it was a great reintroduction to Ghostface. And I loved this film. So I've got to put Scream 5 at number 3. And now number 2, which was almost number 3, but I said, no, this one for originality barely edged out Scream. Simply just because, well, it's its own idea. It's original. Come on, baby. You already know what it is. X. Yes, Ty West's X. And I thought this movie might be my number 1. Like, I really was like, yeah, it's probably going to be X. And then I was like, nah, shit, it's not X. But I got to slide X in at number 2 because X was and is fantastic. From, like, you look at the surface level, and a lot of people will be like, oh, like, it's just basically like a porno, No. I mean, first of all, I'm not going to complain about seeing Brittany Snow naked. Are you going to complain about that? And if you are, I mean, no matter what your orientation is, there's something wrong with you. Like, she's a nice looking lady, okay? Good for you, Brittany Snow. But no, it was very pertinent to the time, young women trying to make it big in the industry, and, adult films were really kind of taboo, but also kind of your way to get your foot in the door in that era. So, like, I totally get it. It was organic. It worked. But it's a small portion of the movie when, like, the entire back half of the movie is just a bloodbath that is so enjoyable, there's some unexpected twists and turns, great practical effects. I mean, it's awesome. Like, I don't even know how else to describe the movie aside from it's awesome. But honestly, for me, the biggest takeaway when it came to X, when I walked out of that theater, was the message of this movie is so powerful and it resonates. And it really should. As somebody whose biggest fear is death, is getting older and whatnot, that is the main theme of this movie. And it is so effective because it's about being fearful of losing your vitality and what you once had and wanting to recapture that and being envious of those that still have it and going too far and literally taking your anger out on them because they have what you don't. It's a great message, and it's pertinent, and it's amazing. I love it. Do you love it? You better love it, because if you don't love it, I don't know what's wrong with you. But what is my number 1 movie of 2022 so far? Vengeance. It's the damn Batman. It couldn't be anything but the Batman. This movie is a cinematic triumph. If I could give this movie 6 stars out of 5 stars, this movie would deserve it. The Batman is absolutely positively incredible in every sense of the word. It's acted beautifully, it's shot beautifully, it's scored beautifully, the settings, the stakes, the twists, the story, it is amazing. Like, it is one of the most immersive theater experiences I've had in a very long time. I was captivated. Even with an almost 3-hour runtime, the entire time throughout this movie, I was captivated. I loved the dark look and feel and message and just the overall, it's just a dark approach. Very, similar to what Joker gave us. This is when DC is at its best. period, in my opinion. I think The Batman is absolutely the best film of 2022 up to this point. And if I had to bet, I would say it's probably going to remain as my number one film of 2022 when this year comes to a close. Now, we've still got the better part of 5 to 6 months to go and a lot of movies to come out, but The Batman reigns supreme. So yeah, as of right now, those are my favorite movies of 2022 so far. But I want you guys to sound off. Why am I wrong? Okay? Why am I right? Why is your list right? Well, that's what these comment sections are for, baby. I want you to get down there. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your list is. Let's have a discussion, okay? I'm all for discussion. You know that. I'm not a dick. And guess what? I'd appreciate if you guys weren't dicks, because guess what? It costs a whole $0 to not be an asshole. So yeah, that's important. You should take that with you. Whatever you do in your life, it's free to be nice. Pretty crazy, right? So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. I hope you love me. I hope you love this channel because I love having you a part of it. This is Nick at the Lost River Drive-In. I really elongated this outro and I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, so I'm just going to dip out now. I'm on vacation right now, actually, so as you're watching this was pre-uploaded and dropped days later because I wanted you guys to have some content while I was on the lake. So I'll see you back in a few days here on the channel. I love you. I'm rambling. I got to get the fuck out of here. See ya. That did not go the way that I wanted it to fucking go.